All right, thank you for watching this video. I hope this makes your EMS charts experience a little bit quicker. So basically what I'm going to show you today is mainly how to get a signature on the .com versus we're currently using the app. So we're going to go away from using the app. The only downs to this is if you're in those areas like Canyon Lakes or those areas you don't get internet service on the app or on the tablet, you won't have internet service. So you might have to get your patient info on a piece of paper and then transfer it, or whatever you gotta do. So basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a shortcut on every iPad on the home screen. So if you click that, it'll take you right to this page. So this is your login. Basically type in your username, login, and we're gonna just put in a quick report. I'm gonna do an easy one, kind of like abdominal pain. I know trauma ones can be a little bit tougher, but so start patient records. We're gonna do create blank chart. Basically, this is the stuff you should be filling out while you're en route to a call. I'm done with an EMS chart within the first 5 minutes of my returning from the hospital. Like, done with it. Now I'm doing the emergency reporting, and then we get back. Everybody's done with everything. However you want to do it's fine. So basically, start with your run number. We're gonna go 1899999 unit. If you fill this out at the beginning of the day, it'll autofill. I don't because I'm always working with different people. So 3153 A shift, lights and sirens category. We're gonna go abdominal pain, non-injury, and then your outcome is it's always transported. You might have to do patient refuse care, whatever you have to do if it's a sign off. I always do initial trip, and then your roles. So this is all stuff you can be filling out while you're en route. So Charles Bolt, I'm gonna say I'm the primary caregiver on the scene, primary caregiver transport, we'll say Wayne Burge, drove me, driver response, driver transport, and he's also the other caregiver on the scene. And then it automatically moves you to the next one. So we'll say Captain Dobies was in 3181, and he was also the other caregiver on scene. So this puts everybody, it gives them their roles right off the bat. And then we're gonna come over here, we'll say we went to the Wiles, because that's a common one, assisted living, come up here, hit the hourglass, and any of these you can use. And if for some reason the GPS doesn't work, let me know and I can fix it. We had an issue, we fixed it. So you click the Wiles, it auto generates that, and then when you click save, it automatically puts these in. It says in red here, geocoding could not find an exact address. Ignore that, because once you go to the next page, it'll go away. I did just tell EMS Charts that it does that, and we'll see if we can get them to get rid of it, but for right now, it's fine, doesn't matter. So right there, it says requester. I'm gonna write staff, because most of the time, they're the ones who request you, and then receiving. So basically, if you can do this receiving right now, all you have to do is click. So we'll say we're going to Ahuja, it auto-populates. Destination basis, for billing purposes, try to always use closest appropriate facility, and then you can click as many of these as you want. So if it was a patient's choice, click patient choice. The only thing is if you go to a later page and then come back, you're gonna have to search for the hospital. I'm not sure why that's kind of how they're set up for some reason. And then it'll be that typical box that you have where you have to search the state. I usually just search the state of Ohio, and then we'll search to university hospitals, Ahuja. And then you can add times now, or you can add them. I try to add them on the way back from the hospital because then I have them all. So search for existing. Usually I just start with a last name. So we'll just do Doe here. And we'll use Jane, but you can see the percentage sign here. It will always, so if I was searching the last name Bolt, for instance, I could do BO percentage sign, and it'll search anything with a BO, and anything with the DO percentage will be DO. So you can always type in the start of something, percentage sign, and it'll search the rest. So if you click that, it will autofill everything. And we've been using this program long enough now where you should start seeing people with auto-populates. If we've taken them, it should be in there. If not, maybe we typed in their name wrong or something, so keep that in mind. So always make sure last name, first name, address, if you can get all this. So that her address is in Newberry. Make sure you do the residency, if they are yes or no, so we'll say no because this is Newberry. Social, female, race, this will kick you back if you don't finish that, and basically that. And we're gonna do consent form signed as yes. For billing, unfortunately we can't get rid of all these other boxes, but this is the only one you need for billing. This is just one big thing, we can't get rid of it all. CMS condition code, we'll go ALS abdominal pain. If it's a non-transport, it's not applicable. It'll tell you that at the end. And then we're just gonna assume all these are correct for now, so we can go to the next page. But if you need to add them, whatever you gotta do. Symptoms, abdominal symptoms, we're gonna go abdominal pain. Oh, I gotta do primary. And anatomical, we're gonna go chest. Initial acuity, we'll go yellow, and then we'll say it was green because it wasn't that bad. Chief complaint, A, B, D. Pain. Patient activity doesn't matter. And then history of present illness. So this is where you find out basically what events leading up. So you could, I'm not gonna type because I only got one hand here, but you could write like, patient states pain started yesterday morning after eating a burrito. And now patient has diarrhea, whatever you want to write in there, that's where it goes. This is not for your narrative. Write down here, non-injury, drug, alcohol indicators, we're gonna write none. If you do, write how or why or what makes you think that. Scene description, we'll write assisted living, and then you gotta add your vehicles. So right here, we're gonna write, the only other vehicle on here was 3181, because remember Captain Dobies drove that up, but otherwise, if it's an MVA, you might have 4 or 5 vehicles in there. Other agencies on scene, if the law came, mark that the law was there, so now they're there. Move to the vehicle, so we'll say they walked, and then we put them on the stretcher. So that's how they got to the vehicle. In the vehicle, we'll say they are semi-filers, and then from vehicle, stretcher, and then these don't really matter, but these down here do. So dispatch factors always put to none. Come to this page, this stuff's kind of important. Alert, mental status. A lot of people have been using this normal baseline for patient. If you use that, make sure you write how you know that's a normal, because you don't know these people. So for you to say normal baseline for patient, you go to court, they're gonna be like, well, how do you know that? So I like to write oriented to event, person, place, time, or if I do normal baseline for patient, right here in the comments, I'll write mother states that patient is acting in normal.